In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up your MacBook for the very first time. So once you have your MacBook, you're going to have to open the lid and power up. The power button is situated just around here at the top right corner. Once you've done that, you should see that the Mac or the Apple screen comes up, and as it comes up, this little symbol will probably um, go around in circles for a little while. So while you're waiting for that to happen, uh, one thing that's really important to get you through this is to understand that the mouse is different on the MacBook. In fact, it's called a trackpad for a start, and it's got many functions, more of which we'll look at on another tutorial. But what's important here is to understand that there is no button as we're used to on a PC mouse, no left or right click. Actually, the pad itself is clickable. So you move the mouse around as you would on a pad on a PC laptop, for example, but to click, you actually click the pad or press the pad itself. There are other options, as I say, and there's a great tutorial for that later on. So if your computer, your MacBook has started up now, you should get to a screen that looks something like this. And the first thing to do is to choose your region, and we do choose Japan. That doesn't mean that the whole interface now on your MacBook will be in Japanese. It will still be in English, but we're just setting the region. In order to find the region, though, you might have to check the Show All button. So you can go ahead and do that. I also want to let you know that during this tutorial, at any time, if you wish, you can come down and pause this down here. I hope it's somewhere just below my mouse, but there should be a pause button there, and you can go ahead with the instructions. So let's say that you've now gone ahead and you've actually chosen your region. We'll go to press on continue to go to the next slide. Now here you'll have to select your keyboard, and be very careful. Look at your keyboard, because we've got two different types. One is a Japanese and one is a Western. Now if you've got the Western keyboard, you have to actually click on the US keyboard here and then continue. If you have the Japanese keyboard, which will be dual symbols, you'll have to click on this particular choice here. And when you've done that, you'll click continue once again. If you're starting up at ASIJ, you should see the ASIJ network. Again, you'll just have to click on it to select it and then continue. Now, you're going to be given an option to transfer information from one computer to this Mac. Well, we're not going to do this. It's just not going to work in this way. We'll have another way of doing that, again in another tutorial or professional development session. So let's not transfer, and that's the choice I've selected here. Do not transfer now. Once I've selected that and click continue, the next thing you have to do is enter your Apple ID. Well, you think you do, in fact you don't. You may not even have an Apple ID right now. You might not even know what an Apple ID is. So really, I just suggest that you click continue here and don't add in an Apple ID. Then it might ask you, or it will ask you, for registration information. You don't have to register, and generally we don't on these machines, so you just click continue, at which point it will give you a little nasty gram here, kind of trying to persuade you to, but you don't have to. You can go to continue, and then you'll be past this screen. When we get to the computer account, now this is something you must set up. This is a password that protects this computer. Okay, and if you want to install something on this computer, you'll need to put in this password. So first of all, what we're going to do is fill out the details on this screen. And the account name should be your username for email. So here's mine. We don't need the email, but it should be first letter of your first name followed by your surname. Once this is done, You can then put in your own password. You choose this password, and please remember it, because we cannot help you if you forget it. It'll be a big problem for you. I'm deciding to require a password when logging into this computer. That gives me a little bit more security. Nobody can come and just click on my computer and get access to it. So I'm putting in a password hint here. This can be various things like mother's maiden name, whatever. I'm just typing this in as an example. Now I'm ready. I'm going to go and click on continue once again. So at this point you will probably have your face turn up, which is a picture being taken from the camera. Might be a bit scary at first. It was for me anyway. So at this point you can make a decision. Do you want to use the picture of your face to represent you on this computer, only on this computer, or do you want to take a choice from the library that I've selected here, and you can choose one of those pictures. So I've gone ahead and chosen the soccer ball, and I'm then going to click on continue. Right, almost there, but we will just select our time zone. And the time zone will be set to Tokyo, Japan, and Japan's standard time. I'll then click on continue, and here we get to an interesting part. The trackpad will actually scroll in the opposite way to a mouse, and it's actually been done to kind of replicate you using your fingers on a screen. So it's going to ask you to click, that's clicking the trackpad on here, and it will just give you the example of how that works. You can use two fingers to scroll up and down. Okay, but what you have to do is imagine that you're using your fingers on the screen. It's kind of counterintuitive at first, but it makes sense pretty quickly. And if you really can't live with it for now, we can change that later on in the next tutorial. So once I'm done, I'm ready to start using Mac OS X Lion. And don't worry, this is not your eyes, this is a blurry picture. You'll just see you're given your prompt to log in here. There was the icon I chose, the soccer ball, and I just need to type in my password. Hopefully you've remembered yours. And the last screen really comes up with a splash screen about iCloud. At this point, don't worry about iCloud. You can just exit out of this one. And to exit out, just to let you know, it's usually the red button on this. We're used to the red X on the PCs, so we're calling it Xing out. Maybe we'll have to change the name of it, but anyway, it'll be the red button here to get rid of this screen. So now you are ready to actually start using your computer, but you might really not want to or know how to go beyond this point. And so I suggest these next steps. The next tutorial will be showing you how to personalize your MacBook and to change a background. We'll have a look at the trackpad and make sure that you can have this working in the way that you would like, and also know how to navigate, how to get around. So that would be your next steps. But if that's been enough for now, close the lid, put the MacBook away, and do something else. Okay, I hope that was helpful.